When I started this channel, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. But one thing I did want to do with it was give you a very honest, real-time look at what mental illness is. Because it's not just... It's so much more complex than what people really... It's a lot more to it than just, oh, you're feeling depressed, you're feeling down, or you're acting... so happy. You're acting, why are you crying? I get these questions all the time. I get a lot of just, get yourselves together. I agree, I would love to get myself together. That'd be great. Anytime now. I've been waiting. I'm 29. You do irrational things and people get very angry, and sometimes those irrational things are, horrific. I get that. But, we don't go around destroying the lives of the people we love the most because we like to. Some do. Some do. Those are the dangerous, mentally ill people, I think. The ones that really, really get a kick out of killing animals, killing people, raping people, physical violence. It's called, there's a sociopathy, psychopathy discussion that may be, discussed amongst professionals, which I am not. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a CNA. I was a long time ago. But that was moot now because I'm just a patient. I'm a family member of somebody living with severe anxiety, severe depression, severe bipolar disorder, and I got a lot of issues. Like this. This is all clean, and I was working on putting back together my relationship and this and that. And while I was cleaning and honestly being either paranoid and investigating every single corner of the house looking for cameras, even though, by golly, this stupid smartphone I have in my hand right now is pretty good evidence that Google is listening to me. Now, I don't have a problem with y'all listening to me and profiting off me to gather data, monitoring me, even though that's very intrusive. I mean, we signed over. I understand. We hit that terms and conditions button, most of us, so quickly, oh man, free. There's a price to be paid for convenience, people. And now, seriously, Google has... I'm looking at Google Analytics and I'm like, surprise, they changed the accounts on me. If you go through all your settings, it drives you batty. And people think I'm batty for going nuts about that. I just don't want, all of a sudden private playlists of mine are becoming public on the internet. Well, duh, Google told me. Why not change the setting? Because then it goes across all platforms. And if I want to talk, I have to subscribe to Google standards. And that is definitely something I don't agree with. I'm sorry. Republican, Democrat, whatever you are, that doesn't matter to me. When the Constitution, any of our constitutional liberties, and don't call me a little right-wing whatever fucker. I'm not that. I hate politics for that exact reason. You know why politics will never solve anything? Because it is inherently set up into a system typically generally considered a two-party system with a division. It's already us against them. That is the centerpiece for war. And you know what war took from me? You don't want to know what war took from me. War took a family member that I loved to death from me. That's what war effing took from me. Excuse my language. I'm not supposed to be real anymore. Let me be real with you people. They told me to express myself every time I went to therapy. This is me expressing myself. Do you like it? No. Is it better than me being physical? And, I was working on this room, becoming everything. Look, it's supposed to be filled with books and, me, I'm just messy. I always have a million things going on. Guess what? I freaked out yesterday thinking that, God, I don't even remember what I was thinking about. And all of a sudden, I went into a panic attack. I'm not an angry person. Just because I yell. Yelling is a good thing. Like, you can tell somebody like me, especially me, when I beg people, just calm me down. I tell people in the middle of yelling, because I've yelled at them so much, just calm me down. Just say, Olivia, I'm here for you. I love you. Calm down. Take deep breaths. Because when you start escalating, everybody starts escalating. That's why studying vocal technique is my life right now, and music, because that's the only thing that has been working for me. And do you think that I'm going to get up and do my breathing exercises and all those other stupid little things that I do to promote tranquility and peace? Is that really like an angry person? Is that, if I'm argumentative, then I hope I'm arguing for the right things. Because I really am sick and tired of, living, making, like, I've been told, the person I loved most in my life told me I'm making his life miserable. Really? And it was for every single reason in the book. Well, you don't take care of yourself anymore. Well, you're not doing this. Well, you're not putting on your makeup. You're not, you're not cleaning the house. And it was like, no matter how hard I tried, it didn't matter. Oh, you're wearing this when you go out, but you're not wearing that when you go out. That's an impossible thing to please. So guess what that is? That's a typical relationship that can just be worked on with words, if you ask me. And realistic expectations. Men, you can't have it all. Women, you can't have it all. You know what relationships are? They are compromise. And, forgive me for watching Dr. Phil. That's the only kind of news I can care about. Because I'm like, I don't know if this is real or fake, and I don't really agree or like with everything that he does, but he does have some clever sayings that stick with you. That makes sense. Is the best one I got about relationships. And when it comes to Dr. Phil, if you're in a non-traditional type of relationship, he's forgiving of you, but he's entitled to his fundamental beliefs. I respect that, and he doesn't dive into it. So, and I do respect that. But he said a relationship isn't 50-50. It's 100-100, and I believe that. Because sometimes, I don't even think he made up that quote himself. I think it was somebody else. I think of this married couple. They were like really old, married for 50 years. This human interest story I came across. And like, they asked him, how do you stay married for that long? Because, people go crazy when they get married. I get that. Oh yeah, this is also mental illness. Apparently my boyfriend's forks. There's like supposed to be a lot more of my stuff there. But that's like my work, my binders, my dream boards. Like I just gave up on life. I was just like, F it. People don't understand. Like I don't want to live anymore because I'm tired of like making people's lives miserable. And I'm not essentially a little pissed off at life for depriving me of the right to say, fuck you, life. I don't want to live you anymore. But I gotta hang around for my dad, of course. Always hanging there for my dad, even if he's mad at me, because he hasn't given up on me. My dad, even when he's mad at me, there's so many times he could have taken the easy way out. I would have, I've done tough love with people. It does break your heart. It really does. And my dad is so big. He's like, not like fat big. He's like tall. He's in shape. Even though he's getting older now. And you have to do those things differently if you want change. act the way we act. You see all this incidents, behaviors, and lazy millennials. And we get all these labels and judgments. Well, guess what, people? A lot of this stuff could have been prevented. There are medical schools that don't even do psych rotations, which to me is incredibly dehumanizing. Because to remove the emotional connection of the art of medicine between patient and doctor is the worst thing to do. Right now they are literally, I'm not making it up, Harvard, Texas State, you guys are creating algorithms to deliver medications to... We don't want doctors thinking in algorithms. We need them to do that in emergency situations, absolutely. That's why they are ingrained into you. That's why I still remember a lot of my CNA stuff, because, you know, and then you practice it. I was a CNA for about, 3 years, 4 years. The happiest years of my life, And so, that I remember what was ingrained in you, but I never ever forgot that there's a person lying in that bed. That is not a number. I hate numbers. I don't think about numbers. I mean, they're helpful for people that are good at numbers, but I never use the quadratic equation outside of probably writing. That's what I can write. It's a symptom of my mental illness at times, but yeah, no, people are calling me manic right now. So guess what I have to take to treat that? Well, now you're addicted to that. Well, yeah, because every single day I had to freaking take that because every day I was freaking out. I guess what? I'm still freaking out. So, okay, well, how's your depression? Terrible. I don't want to live. I mean, I want to live. Don't totally get me wrong. I do want to live. Oh, I want to live so bad. I want to live. I mean, if you're going to be that angry at life and society, why not live just to take it off? Take the Eminem approach. It worked for him well. I don't care at this point if it works for me or not. I'm going to give you what mental illness really looks like. And sometimes it does look like me just singing karaoke or doing terrible or rambling. That is common, people. And guess what? There's a good solution for that. You can always stop listening. But when you stop listening, at least, this is what I mean by baptism by fire. Say, try to calm them down first. Always try to de-escalate. If nobody tries to help anybody that's mentally ill, especially if they live with them. If you live with someone like me, anyone like me, I know I'm not the voice, I'm not the poster child of mental illness. Because I have to be. You want to make me the poster child of mental illness? I don't think so. I swear too much. People don't like it. It's not good. I mean, look how I dress. I just woke up. Anyways, I'm not joking. I just woke up. You can tell my makeup is really messed up and blah, blah. Anxiety is one of the most powerful emotions. And I always underestimated it because I never really felt anxious. I used to feel very secure, very confident, but I think I should be continuing this live on Facebook. Maybe more people will watch, and maybe I'll get a little more collected.